how do you go from taking this really novel and possibly validated new method and getting it available as a plugin or some kind of part of the streamline or workflow for imaging, and to help radiologists to actually translate that into their daily practice?
So since I've been with this since the beginning, I have a little timeline in my head of like when the first FDA algorithm came out, and then when the first app store came out, and how that kind of has progressed. And so 2017 is where we'll start this timeline, and that's when Arterys came out, and that was one of the big ones for the heart, an AI algorithm for the heart. And that's like the modern AI in my timeline. There are many FDA approved before that, but I'm calling Arterys kind of the beginning. And then right after that, there's a few app stores that came up, one called Envoy, which has since changed its name, and Powerscribe. Nuance has another app store. And so people recognize that in order to be distributed, like you're saying, there are many roadblocks. And so by linking up with a place that's already made inroads is a way to do it. So Nuance Powerscribe is on every single radiologist's computer. And so they thought, well, if it's on your computer, maybe we can leverage that, which is a great idea. Some people are now trying to just incorporate directly with PACS. And so there are pros and cons to that. So PACS is the system, the big computer that radiologists read from for the non-radiologists on the call. And 6 parallel processors, usually pretty powerful, big screens. And we have a toolbar. We right click and we can measure, we can do circles, we can do regions of interest, we can do all kinds of things. And quite frankly, as a radiologist, that's where I want to find it. Like I want to find it right where I would normally measure something else, and I would be able to apply some other tool. So that was kind of an overview of, there were app stores that were just trying to get in the workflow, and now there are like app stores within the PACS. And I think that's probably easier for radiologists. I mean, we spent 4 years in residency learning how to use those tools anyway. You might as well just put it in that same place that's accustomed to me, or I'm accustomed to using that for my toolbox. And then if I could just add one more, when CAT scans and MRIs and X-rays are all done and they're sent to my computer, it's like the inbox for an email. It's just like a list. And so potentially something very urgent could be lower on the list. And so there are AI algorithms that kind of scrub that list, and if it's something worrisome, it just puts it to the top. And so something like blood in the head or a clot in the lungs, those would be things that would be bubbled to the top, and there are specific vendors that are doing that. And so you could see how that's something that we didn't even think of. We didn't even think of a way to triage that list, and now it's just happening in the background, and I'm just reading my normal thing. So all the data can be captured as how much faster these are found, because now it's bubbled to the top of the list. And so I wanted to kind of plant that as one other place that AI is currently literally being used here in 2020 like that. And there's probably a dozen more ways that we haven't thought of yet that will help our clinical workflow.